Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Well, last night was exciting. Ooh, so very, very exciting. I was feeling a little bit sleepy after eating some dinner, so I came upstairs and fell asleep for about a couple hours, and I was kind of waking up or whatever, and then all of a sudden I heard, and I'm like, oh, I know what that is. That was our storm moving in. And I'm like, oh, wow. Thunder this time of year? I'm like, I'm not used to hearing that. Not this time of year anyway. It's, of course, out there, if we're going to be getting thunderstorms, it's usually, of course, in the summer during the monsoon season. So that was exciting for me. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. But yeah, it definitely came in. I did hop up on the radar to take a look at it, and you could see that definite that definite loop that you see with low pressure systems. Beautiful storm coming in, and yeah, it came in, dumped a bunch of rain. It's nice and wet out there. They were calling for a possibility of snow, more so in the western part of the state, but possibly in our area. But no, we didn't get any snow, just rain. Did have the windows open for a little bit. Did have to close them, partly because temperatures dropped a bit. We got out to 76 yesterday. Oh, it was so nice. Beautiful. I did do my yoga and go for my walk yesterday. But yeah, I did have to close my windows, partly because the temperatures did drop quite a bit, about 30 degrees. It's 48 right now. But mostly because with the north window, rain was coming in. So yeah, not a good situation. Yeah, right. Say good morning. Yeah, there she is. Yeah. But after the rain stopped, I reopened at least the north window, the one that's right here by the bed, and slept pretty much the rest of the night with it open. It was nice, really nice. I think I had left it closed initially, but then my sugar had dropped. My alarm went off, so I woke up and had one of my Nutty Buddy bars. I am so sick of eating those things, but they do the trick. That's what matters. But unfortunately, didn't do the trick enough because it went off again, so I had to eat the other one. And yeah, I think it was at that point that I had opened up the window. Slept until, let's see here, just after 8. And what really woke me up was hearing a couple of blue jays going at it with each other. Still haven't had a chance to see them. Like, dang it. Eventually I will. I know. So, but that's okay. Yeah, they've been out here, and I also have been noticing that the robins, or as I call them, Robbies, they have been migrating through, and I heard them this morning also, a little bit ago. So yeah, it's really cool waking up to all these sounds that I haven't heard in 20 years. It's nice. I'm home, I guess you could say. I don't know if I'm home, but yeah, it's sort of feeling like it. Don't get me wrong. In many ways, I miss things from back west. There are things that I do miss. But in many ways, it's also nice kind of being back in familiar surroundings. So, um, still a little unnerving that I'm kind of right back where I started with life. It's like, how in the world did I do this? But the main thing is it feels good to be able to breathe again. That's what matters most. So, but yeah, like I said, I did my yoga yesterday, went for my walk, And that's what's weird. The 76 degrees is different. Being in the 70s is different here than what it is back there. And I used to make those comparisons out there also. That being in the 70s, it was always mild, with living on the East Coast. But out there, it's like the sun just starts beating down on you right away. And even though it's only, the thermometer is only showing up in the 70s, it can feel like you're already jumping up into the higher temperatures because the sun is just like right there. So, but anyway, I know it's bugging me. It's kind of like flapping in the breeze, and it's like, it's bugging me. But anyway, yeah, that was a lot of fun last night. It was like, oh, thunder. And it was that rolling thunder, it wasn't just boom, it was like, wow. I know, I'm such a nature buff, and I am a huge weather buff. I can't help it. Always loved the weather. So, but yeah, and I actually need to go downstairs, take my nighttime shot. I've gotten into saying that now. My mom always used to say that. Out there, I was always, my insulin, my nighttime insulin, or I need to take my insulin. But Rick is always saying, oh, you gotta take a shot. It's like, yeah, I haven't heard that basically since my mom. So now I've gotten into saying it. But anyway, so yeah, I need to go downstairs, and Possum was following me to the door like, Mom, don't leave me. I'm like, baby, I gotta go take my medicine. So I had picked up her food and opened up the door and left it open for her in case she might want a chance going downstairs, which of course she did. Oh, I think I heard a Robbie. Let's see if maybe it might be. Oh, I don't see it on the ground. Oh, sorry, guys. Hear it? That's a Robbie. Oh, yeah. It's so cool. I love it. I can't help it. I love it. Having them migrating through. I mean, we would, out there, we would get them migrating through. Sometimes they would stop over to nest. They did last year, at least with the area of town that I was in. But other areas that I had lived in, not so much. So, but yeah, this is really, really cool. I'm loving this. This is so cool. And of course, you get also have the black-capped chickadees, and then of course cardinals, and they got a lot of black caps around here, lots of them. So I'm just really loving this. This is just so cool. It's awesome. But anywho, I did see out there that they were getting some snow again last night, and definitely some rain last night. Not rain there in the valley, but snow up on the edges and in the upper elevations, most definitely. I could see that. So it's just, it was funny because unfortunately I haven't learned any of the TV stations around here yet. I don't even know if their TV radio stations start with a K or W. I haven't even looked at any of that yet. I think with being on the west, I believe we're just on the western side of the Mississippi. So by rights, it should start with they should start with a K. But anyway, yeah. I'll get my train of thought back. But yeah, anyway, I haven't learned any of those yet. So I pulled up the radar or the TV station I had bookmarked out there with the radar that I usually go to. And when I opened it up, I was, of course, expecting to see here, but it opened up for Vegas, and it was just like, oh, okay, they're getting the same weather I moved the map over here, and it was like, okay, yeah, it could see that definite hook with the low pressure system, and it was beautiful. It really was beautiful. It was a long arm on it on the eastern edge, a lot of yellow and red, and as it was moving through Arkansas and Iowa, Arkansas and Iowa, and yeah, that's taken a little getting used to. It's like, oh, I'm seeing other patterns for nation's midsection now. It's taken a little getting used to for that. But then again, I'm not up looking at, the weather or anything. But every once in a while, I'll catch it, the map on the TV downstairs, and I'll see Lake Superior. And it's like, the water is on the wrong side. It took me a little bit when I moved out to Vegas. It took me a little bit because I was so used to seeing the water on the right side of the map, with the Atlantic Ocean, and then the land, and then moving out there, I guess I should point the other direction. Out there, of course, you had the Pacific on the left side of the map. So seeing that body of water there, now when I look at the map, it's more on the upper left-hand corner. It's like, okay, whatever. So, and if I move again, of course, I'm going to have to get used to that. But that's okay. So, anyway, enough about that. I know I got some stuff in my eyes. First thing in the morning. Speaking of first thing in the morning, right now, if you go over to Soulful Revolution, the YouTube channel, you're not going to see morning messages for the next few days. Yesterday, today, or maybe the next couple of days. Actually, definitely not tomorrow, but possibly Monday. MJ is a little under the weather. You could see it with her videos that she was doing beforehand. She just kept saying, my apologies, I'm battling a little bit of a cold, and you could just tell that she was not quite there or whatever. So yeah, they posted on the community tab of the channel that she's under the weather, and they're gonna not be doing videos for the next few days, which is fine. So send her some love, light, hope, positivity, healing energy over her way. Let's get her back to feeling better so we can start getting some readings again. In the meantime, you can still go over either on YouTube or Facebook to Devra, that's DEV as in Victor, RA''S Enchantments. So that's Devra's Enchantments. And you can have mini readings, morning messages done through there. With the time change, I don't think she switches days and times until the equinox, if I remember correctly. So she's still probably doing Sunday mornings with the mini lives. You can jump up on there. You're going to have to do it as soon as the live starts happening. You can sign up to get a free mini reading. Otherwise, they do have the temporary list. If she gets through all of the main list, then they'll pull names from the temp list. Otherwise, the other way that you can get a reading is by scheduling a session with her. She was saying that it's for whatever reason she was having issues with Facebook with the scheduling portion of the app. So it's better if you can just DM her and schedule it that way. The times are still the same, but or if you want to try and schedule it through the app, that's fine, but send her a DM just to make sure. Yeah, I would highly recommend that, and she'll send you what the payment information is, so then that way you can schedule your session with her. and she's really good. I've had a couple of them done. She's really, really good. So, anywho, I thought I'd pass along all that information, and I did get some good news yesterday in the job sector anyway. I don't know, it was shortly after 2, just before 2:30, something like that. I don't know, I just had this inkling that I needed to call Home Depot. How you get that feeling, your intuition kicking in or whatever. So I gave him a call, had to listen to the prompts or whatever, and oh, that's right, it was one of those where when you call, you tell them, what it is you're looking for, and I just said interview, and they put me right through, and it was the person who interviewed me the other day who answered the phone. I'm like, perfect. This is a good sign. So she was like, oh, I was just going to call you. Yay. So she's like, what we were thinking what we would do is have you see if you'd be interested in flooring. And I'm like, yeah, definitely. It's actually a little bit closer to graphic design. So, you'd have to be doing like measurements and so forth. I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. Is it still full time? She's like, sure is. It's like, okay. So, she's like, okay, what I have to have you do is either, she wasn't too sure if it would be populating in the job things or not. I hadn't gotten an email just yet. So, what she had me do is go up on the website and see if it had populated, which it hadn't, so she had me apply for a different position. So, and then she's just going to have me move me over to the other one. So, it's like, okay, whatever we have to do. So, did that, and she was trying to see while I was still on the phone, see if it possibly had gone through yet on her side, which it hadn't, but she was going to be there for about another hour or whatever, and it took about, it definitely took a little bit longer for me to get the confirmation email, so I know they definitely had gotten it, but it was I knew it was definitely after she had left. So she's supposed to be in today and should be sending me the email for basically the assessment, and we'll move from there. So, yay! And with reading or doing the comparisons between Home Depot and Lowe's, Home Depot, well, obviously, Home Depot, excuse me, it's definitely a better offer between it being, well, the position they were considering me for over there at Lowe's is definitely full-time also, but the pay is more over at Home Depot. And with doing the comparison between the benefits packages, Home Depot is the better offer, most definitely. They even offer pet insurance. I have never seen a company offer pet insurance. That blew my mind. I'm like, okay, I'll take it, most definitely, especially with her situation. I know when I have researched pet insurance in the past, they typically don't cover pre-existing. It isn't like with human insurance, with the regulations and so forth. So I doubt it, if they would cover her pancreatitis. But if they'll cover other things, I'll take it, So, yeah. Plus, they were offering something. I need to reread it because it may have been just for replacement. It may have been replacement insurance, but they were offering assistance with helping you buy like electronics or what have you. It's like, okay, this is unusual. I mean, it was a huge. I mean, it's a huge benefits package. They also offer like assistance to help with legal fees if you wind up running into those issues. And of course, there's the medical, vision, and dental insurance. I'll definitely see about signing up for vision insurance. I need new glasses. I've noticed that I could stand to have an eye exam. I really could. And if I can have a regular work schedule, hey, I can plan things instead of being like, oh, I'm going to have to check my schedule. Oh, there's some Canada geese. I call them Canadas. Oh, yeah, they're definitely around somewhere, maybe flying overhead. I love it. I love hearing it. It's awesome. I love hearing it. I love seeing it. So, but yeah, it's been a good, probably 3 years now since I've had an eye exam. Oh no, 2 years. That's when I got these. So it's been a couple of years. But at the time, I went because my eyes had changed so much with becoming a diabetic, and they got out of whack because my blood sugars were out of whack. But since they've gotten back to normal, basically, these are too strong to be wearing for every day, and that's how I was wearing them. And even the doctor there had told me, don't get rid of your old glasses, because as your diabetes gets straightened around, you'll probably need them back. And he was right about that. But I mostly wear these as my reading glasses, doing close-up work and so forth. So, but their vision insurance is really good, so I'll definitely sign up for that. Dental, I'm not really too worried about. I never go to a dentist. I really can't stand them. But the one that Angie, she just went to the dentist the other day, and the technology that they're doing now, it's like, wow. I had no idea, because we were expecting her to be gone for a good couple of hours. We thought that she was going in to get like a temporary tooth or whatever. But no, it was actually, they were just mapping it out to do a tooth for 3D printing. What? They're 3D printing teeth now? Wow. Had no idea. So, and then she's going back on Tuesday to have that taken care of. It's like, okay. But yeah, she was shocked also. And her dentist, he's been doing it for about 10 years. And he was saying that, yeah, there's been a lot of advancements in dentistry in that time. So I'm like, maybe I just might, because I got this tooth over here. I had lost the cap, or the cap broke off many moons ago, and I'd just been dealing with it, basically. But really wouldn't mind getting a temporary, or not temporary, but something put back in over there. Give this side of my mouth a break from chewing on all the time. It's like, yeah, I have this beautiful smile. I know people are always commenting, oh, you have such a beautiful smile, you got beautiful teeth and everything. I'm like, yeah, just don't look inside my mouth. I had braces when I was a teenager, but it wasn't to correct, crooked teeth or anything. I had a deformity. It was a form of cleft mouth, basically. So, and I was in early, kind of middle stages, actually, of periodontal disease. And if I didn't get it corrected, I was going to be looking at dentures, possibly, before I even became an adult. So, my parents opted to have me go into braces. So, but I wore those until I was 16, so about 3 years I had those. Very painful. I remember it was very, very painful, and unfortunately, with having such a wide smile, you could see all the way back and everything. My orthodontist opted that instead of taking teeth out, that he would put in spacers Oh my gosh, that was excruciatingly painful. And when I was going in for the adjustments with the wires, after having spacers put in, I just remember that whole few days that I had the spacers put in. Oh gosh, I was in such agony, pain. Oh, it was horrible. And then afterwards, having the braces put on, and every time, and I would have to have the big wires. Never had to wear the headgear, thank goodness. Like some kids had to back in those days. If those of us who are the same age remember that, but yeah, I had the huge wires, like really big, put on. Everything got stuck. All tons of food got stuck in there and everything. And forget about trying to move my tongue. Of course, your tongue wants to explore. It would get caught in on sometimes. Oh, but yeah, I had to have the bones and the roof of my mouth all moved, rearranged, and my cheeks and basically my jaw and so forth. Oh, it was excruciatingly painful. And then afterwards, I had to have the rubber bands. Half time I didn't wear them. I was just like, it just hurt so much. But the one really cool thing, after a while, instead of having to have the gray, they put the wire on, and then to help secure it was like those little gray rubber things or whatever that they would attach to secure the wire. Oh, I remember that with those wires. But anyway, yeah, I remember that whole process. Oh, that was painful. But anyway, after a while, instead of having to have the gray, we could choose different colors. Yeah, and I wore at least my top retainer until actually last year when it broke, and tossed that. There were two colors, blue and red, and I opted for the blue one. And he was like, make sure, because you're going to be having it for the rest of your life. It was blue with glitter, basically, and it was pretty. It was really pretty. And I was like, am I going to have to wear this for the rest of my life? He's like, I don't know, all this sort of stuff. So, but anyway. Yeah, I did, at least at nighttime. The bottom one I had lost at one point, and then it was found, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not wearing this thing. It was nasty. Disgustingly nasty, but because it got lost down the drain, and then when it got pulled out eventually, it was like, yeah, I'm not wearing this. So, by rights, I really probably need to go back in braces for a while to help correct what had got dislodged, and then at least, with the bottom, and then probably get some fake teeth, whatever, put in the back to help stabilize. It would be nice if insurance would cover all of that. Might look into that. Glad I brought it up to help me to hash things out. It would be nice to be able to have some decent insurance and so forth for a change. But, of course, the main thing is to get myself over there to the Mayo Clinic, have this taken a look at, see what else we might be able to do to help alleviate issues and so forth. But, it's things I can look at further on down the road. So, yeah, it would be nice. So, we'll see. But anywho, yeah, she's just sitting there looking out the window. So it's so nice. Got the window open, got the fresh air coming in. It just feels so wonderful being able to breathe that in. So wonderful. I'd say that probably the time that this hurts the most is when I'm laying down. So, especially on my back, it really hurts then. It doesn't really, really hurt or anything, but I feel it, So, but when I'm up moving around, sitting up and so forth, this sort of position that I'm in right now does hurt a little bit. not nearly as bad as what I used to. So we've made improvements. I know Rick was commenting about that yesterday again, of the improvements that I have made. It really has been amazing how much I have improved over the last 3 weeks. It's hard to believe it's only been 3 weeks. It feels like it's been longer. But yeah, it's only been 3 weeks. This coming Tuesday will make 4 weeks. So it's awesome. But so anyway, send some positive energy this way with regards to Home Depot. I really liked it there. The energy, it felt really nice there. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. Yeah. So, but anywho, I'm gonna let you go because I know I see my 30 minutes here is up, and yeah, it's just been a nice morning. So anyway, I'm gonna see about doing my yoga and going for my walk again. I look forward to my walks. So love you guys. Love you. I'll talk to you soon.